Hello and welcome to the Pokemon Go Podcast. As you can tell, Charles is not here. He is stuck on
No.
an ambulance tonight, and that voice you can hear is the one, the only, Brian Ibbott.
Holy cow, you guys kept my seat nice and warm for me. And I see they brought me my tea with lemon and whiskey in it. Perfect. Oh, you guys really rolled out the red carpet for me. Thanks.
And we've already got people in chat saying that you are one of the best hosts of Pokemon Go Podcast, and they are very excited for you to be back.
Oh, well, I'm glad to be back. Yeah.
So yeah, let's
And
go
what a
ahead.
week and what a week to be back for. Holy cow.
Yeah. There are a ton of announcements this week, and basically we're gonna be stuck with mostly just announcements and the experiences of the week because there's just so much to cover tonight.
Yeah. Plus there aren't a lot of details, so we're going to be we don't want to do too much speculating on what it all means, but yeah, it's crazy. It's good stuff.
Yep. Hopefully it's not all trubbish like the red egg I just hatched.
Right?
So,
uh,
but yeah, so you haven't been on here forever. So what has been your experiences of the year?
the experience of the time since I've been on. It's funny because you guys are aware of this only because we've got a little text group where we were doing a lot of the raids and stuff together, and you knew how much of a slog it was for me to get a shiny Giratina. Like how many raids I had to do to finally get a shiny Giratina. Something like 65, 70 raids I had to do to finally get one. And I did finally get a shiny Giratina. I also got a 100%er and stuff like that. But shinies since then, shiny legendaries since then have been a lot easier for me to get a hold of. Darkrai was relatively quick. Maybe the game felt bad for how it treated me during Giratina. But yesterday I did two Terrakion raids, or Terrakion. How do you
Sounds
pronounce
good to me.
Terrakion? Yeah, let's say Terrakion. Did two Terrakion raids. Both of them are shiny. Have not gotten a single non-shiny
I knew you
Terrakion.
had one shiny. I didn't realize you had two.
I had two, yeah.
Nice.
One came from a raid I did with you guys, and then another one came from a raid I did with the Arvada group. And those were the only two raids I did yesterday. Even with it being raid hour, I didn't have time to do any other raids, and I did two. And so now I just want to get a shiny Cabalion and a shiny Virizion.
Verizon.
Verizon. I'd like the shiny Verizon, please. Yes. So two shinies in a day yesterday is two shiny legendaries in a day was my experience of the last several months. How about you? I'm sure you got something. What's been happening with you in the last week?
Man, so I've joined in on some of those raids. I did join in on one of the raids last night, actually. Well, sort of. I sort of joined in. I turned the game on. And then I had to do bath time with a couple of my kids, so I handed my wife my phone and said, just keep clicking.
Right, just keep tapping right there. And that's hilarious.
And so she actually did the raid. It was a Cobalion raid. Not super great, but I've got him, so that's good. I mean, I already had a few of him anyway. And then this past weekend was the Electabuzz weekend.
Right.
So I was able to grab quite a few 9 shinies from that.
Yeah, shinies were plentiful for Electabuzz. It was surprising compared to what was the previous community day that we had. That was like it seemed like it took forever to get a shiny, whatever that one was.
Well, if I just type in shiny, I'm blanking on what it is
same
too.
Thing. Not Drifloon.
Porygon? Was it?
Maybe it was Porygon.
No, it was Charmander.
Charmander, right?
Yeah. That's right. I didn't even associate it with it because I was like, oh, they already had a Charmander one, and Rocketty is Charizard. Yeah, so that was there as well. I ended up evolving quite a few of my Electabuzz into Electivire.
Mm-hmm.
So I've got four Electivires now. Three were from Community Day, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and so I need to go through. One of them I evolved from an Elekid, and so I made sure to get him the second move while he was still an Elekid because it's cheaper that way.
Oh, smart. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then take them all the way up to the top. Yeah, that
Yep.
does make sense.
So I need to power them up some. I've got one that's shiny that's super low CP,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm trying to decide. I need to do some research to see if he's any good at some of the lower end PvP,
Mm-hmm.
just to see how far I want to even power him up. But yeah,
Yeah.
so
Yeah, makes sense.
yeah,
Very cool.
they're asking what the IVs are. So my shiny, the IVs aren't half bad for PvP. It's 10, 15, 15. So
Mm-hmm.
the 10 on the attack. I would prefer it to be lower. That's not perfect IVs for PvP, but that's pretty good. Um, so yeah, and all the
Yeah,
rest.
if you're gonna have a couple 15s on there, definitely defense and HP are the ones to have. Attack is great, but it needs survivability, it needs stamina. So
Yeah, I'm not
yeah.
even thinking. But two people uh, are correcting me in chat. I looked at it and said 10, 15, 15. It's
Oh.
five. It's 5, 5, 15,
Oh.
15. But still,
Gotcha.
um, yeah. So pretty decent, I think, for PvP. But I'd have to double check again
Mhm.
on because I don't know how much you PvP. I don't PvP a whole lot.
No, I
So
PvP when I have a research task that says battle another trainer, and that's about it. I mean, if I looked at I could take a look at my battle results right now. 15 total battles, 13 wins. So, so there you go.
but yeah, yeah. And then let's go ahead and hop over to Civilian on Base says that 51515 is rank 286 at level 17.5. So if you're trying to keep it for Great League at 1481, so sounds like it's not actually even all that great for PvP. I was thinking it would be all right since the stats were low attack and high on the other ones. Rock Eddie says it's okay, but yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so backing up,
Cool.
let's see. Today is the 19th, so I need to back up to the 13th in our Discord. Again, you
Hmm.
can get to our
Oh,
Discord through Patreon, patreon.com/Pokemon GO Podcast. And we have Thompson coming up big, at least big in my opinion, because Growlithe is my favorite Pokemon. But a shiny Shadow Growlithe. Very nice. I am very jealous about that, not gonna lie.
that's cool. I still have not gotten a shiny Growlithe.
I haven't gotten a shiny Growlithe, I haven't gotten a shiny Shadow Pokemon. Yeah.
Oh yeah, me neither. Yeah, right. Oh right, that's the full combination. Then he needs to trade it with somebody when they're lucky friends and have a lucky shadow shiny. You can't do
Yeah,
that, can you?
no.
You
You
can't
can't
trade
trade you can
a
trade
shadow Pokemon.
Purified, you cannot trade Shadow.
Right.
When they first came out, you could trade Shadow, and
Mm-hmm.
people were abusing that because um, when shadows didn't have don't have guaranteed IVs, but when you did a lucky trade, you would have the guaranteed IVs. Plus, then if you purified it, the IVs would bump up even more, and so it was
Hmm.
relatively easy to get perfect IV purified Pokemon by doing that.
Oh
So,
wow. Interesting. Okay.
Rock Eddie, you can't get Shadow Shinies if you don't do Team Rocket battles. You're
This is
not
true.
wrong.
Yeah.
um, U.S. Nate Scout showing off a 100% Meowth.
Ooh.
Um, Terry coming up with the double luckies here. Two 98% Pokemon, a Latios and a Latios, both shiny.
Oh
So
wow.
they're both
Cool.
15, 14, 15. Terry made it to rank 10 in PvP and is showing off another little league team, little cup team. So he was using, now Little Cup is over now, but showing off his team was Golett, Bronzor, and Cottony. Rocketti saying that everybody is getting to rank 10 this season because it's so easy. Nolte showing off all kinds. So I love how Nolte does this, because Nolte is he goes ham on Pokemon Go, but his experiences of the week, he keeps them to summary screenshots, and so showing off 27 shiny Electabuzz, and
wow,
he hatched 3 shiny Elekid, and ended up getting a perfect IV Electabuzz for PvP, and he also crossed a new threshold for 100% IV Pokemon. He now has 100% IV Pokemon.
That's cool.
That is
good for him.
Super cool.
Jeez, and that's such a good, nice round number. If he gets one more, is he gonna have to transfer one of his other ones so that he keeps it 100 across the board?
Yep, that's gotta happen. It's gotta happen.
Yeah.
Popeye, who is in chat right now, showing off the Pikachu Libre for getting to rank 10. Very nice. Barry Folk, nicest guy you could ever meet.
This is true.
He's queued up 3 different 12K eggs, and he is hoping to get unique hatches from each of those. Popeye, during the raid hour, got to gold with the legendary raids, so he's done 1,000 legendary raids.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah. Nolte again with 6 more shinies from this past week. So that's in addition to all of the Electabuzz and Elekids. So a shiny Kricketot, Slowpoke, Virizion, Houndour, Charmander, and Teddy Ursa. And he is now over 100. Darmanitan puts him over 100 on the 100%ers.
Oh no, which one are you going to delete now?
So, Nolte is showing off what we're going to be talking about in a little bit. But the grind to level 50 has begun. So, yeah. Well,
going to be beginning soon. Technically not yet. Yeah.
Although Nolte is in Australia, I'm pretty sure, and so they
before us.
They tend to premiere stuff there. Yeah, Rocketti says it's already in Australia. Yep. Learning XP, welcome to the show. That's the first time I've seen your name here. Says that the requirements for getting to 50 are absurd. But yeah, we will talk about that.
We'll definitely be talking about that. Yes.
And Rocketti disagrees that the requirements are absurd. So we will have to weigh in on that here in just a little bit. Rocketti says that he sent us a message for our. So we'll have to take a look and see what that message is. If I can figure out how to get to it on the web browser instead of the app, it's super easy, but I don't necessarily want to pull up Facebook on my phone while we're live stream. So,
yeah, of course.
Now, we do this every week. We have started, I don't know, about a month ago, doing a discussion of the week. So the discussion from this past week was, which Pokemon character would you invite to Thanksgiving dinner? Yeah. Have you thought about that?
I've thought about it. I think I would. It would be one of the either be Abra or Kadabra or Alakazam, because two of them bring their own silverware, which is nice. Uh, and also, it might help if the conversation goes into areas that we don't want it to go with the family. So Alakazam can just go whoop, 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 and steer us over to talking about how good the gravy is or something.
So good. Gravy is so good.
Did I mention how good this gravy is? Wow, this gravy is good.
So my
How about you?
first thought
Mhm.
is I don't have you watched much of the anime?
No, I've watched almost none of the
Okay.
anime.
All right. So um pr- pretty early on, I think it's season 1, um that a Mr. Mime
Mm.
basically moves in with Ash's mom. Okay?
Okay. All right.
And he does a lot of cooking and cleaning. And so my first thought was immediately that Mr. Mime,
Mm-hmm.
assuming he's a good cook, come on over. Come
That's
invite him
not a
to
bad idea.
Thanksgiving dinner. You can
Help
make
out
the
in the
meal.
kitchen.
You can
Yeah,
clean it up. Sounds great to me. So,
that's funny. That's a good choice. Yeah.
yep. All right. And now we are going to cut to a quick commercial break, and we will talk to you guys in just a moment. Bloop. All right. A 30-second commercial break has been initiated.
Oh, cool. This is that Twitch thing where like you can insert commercials in and get some monetization from it, right?
Yep. And then
Very cool.
Charles also syncs this moment with Anchor,
Mhm.
assuming Anchor has any commercials for us there for the podcast.
Cool.
So,
Smart. Very smart.
bloop. Let me look at Twitch. We are still in the middle of the commercial. Got an Adventures commercial. And we're back. So, first thing on the list, Pokemon Home. Now,
Yeah.
have you done much with Pokemon Home or anything with Pokemon Home yet?
I downloaded, I installed it. I think I tried it once and then that was it, only because there for a while there wasn't a lot you could do with it. I mean, I know you could do some stuff moving things from the two Let's Go games and Shield and Sword, but that was about it. And so now there's a whole lot more you can do in it.
Yes. And the Trinity hasn't been achieved just yet. I know that
Mhm.
Charles is eagerly awaiting Pokemon Sleep, so that we'll have the Trinity of Pokemon Go Home and Sleep.
Right, yes.
Um, but yeah, so I actually haven't even downloaded it yet. So you are a step ahead of me. I don't see a whole lot of incentive, and maybe I'm just missing something,
Mhm.
specifically because I don't actually have Sword or Shield.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
Yeah. I mean, there's really no point then if you don't have those, or at least up until recently, there's no point in.
well, because I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but it's basically a funnel that allows you to bring your Pokemon into. It's a one-way funnel, right? To bring
It's
it
a one way
into
funnel.
Sword and
Yeah.
Shield.
Yeah. No way to get those ones you've caught in Sword and Shield over to Pokemon Go, which would be really nice to have a little two-way street. Have um, some of those Shield. Well, I have Pokemon Shield. Have some of those Shield characters brought over into Go.
Yeah, well, and they used to have not at least not with Pokemon Go, but they used to have the Pokemon Bank before
Mhm.
Pokemon Home, and there were a few different generations where you could interchange. I mean, to a certain degree, because some of the earlier ones didn't have specific Pokemon, so there were some
Right.
Pokemon that literally could only go one way because of that limitation. But um, other Pokemon you could interchange and switch between.
Mhm.
Um, and there was actually there is a way to bring, um, or at least there was. I would assume that they made the connection through Pokemon Home to funnel it all the way up, but you could, using various devices, go from take a Pokemon from Generation 3
Mhm.
all the way up to Generation 6, and I assume that you can go from 6 to 7 through Pokemon Home. So you can basically take Pokemon from Generation 3 all the way up to Generation 7, to the Sword and Shield. And Jacket K is confirming, yes, you
Confirmed.
can. Yeah. And there was actually somebody, now these wouldn't be, a lot of these aren't tournament legal. If I remember correctly, most tournaments require you to have caught it in the current generation. But there was someone that was actually working on a way that you could transfer Pokemon from Generation 2 up to Generation 3. Now, granted, you can now get the digital copies, and that makes it possible. But beforehand, they were actually like developing hardware and software to make it possible, and it was actually a pretty neat project. I don't know if he abandoned it or not. I haven't actually been keeping track of it, but it was neat. But the reason why you couldn't transfer from Generation 2 to 3 is because of some of the changes that they made to Pokemon at their core, like adding natures and things like that.
Oh, right. Okay.
But yeah. So anyway, with Pokemon Home, they are doing an event that ties into this. It has already started. They announced this on the 16th, and the event started on the 17th. And today's the 19th. For us live, for the podcast viewers, it'll be the tail end of this event. But so the event goes until the 23rd. And what are some of the Pokemon that are going to be popping up during this event?
Well, we're getting Shiny Slowpoke, which is funny because this is one I already thought we had before. Shiny Melton coming back from the to the mystery box for a while. I think it was just during the Sword and Shield introduction that we were able to get Shiny Melton, and then for a while just regular Meltons. And more. Let me pull into that because I think there are more that that they're talking about. Oh yeah, here we go. Let's see. So more often in the wild: Alolan Sandshrew, Zubat, Diglett, Alolan Diglett, Slowpoke, Magnemite, Ditto, Porygon, Hoot Hoot, Remoraid, Whismur, Lileep, Anorith, Cottony, and Fungus. And then
the Fungus Amoongus.
From 5K eggs, then the Nidorans, Slowpoke, Omanite, Kabuto, Lileep, and Anorith. Raids, you're going to be getting Vulpix, Slowpoke, Magnemite, Shinx, Timber, Clink, and more coming to raids. And I think that's it. So but Return of the Shiny Melton is really the thing that's key, because they gave it to us, then they took it away from us, and now they're bringing it back to us.
Well, and they've done that a few times. Basically, the Shiny Melton is only available when they say it's available, assuming they remember to flip the switch.
Right.
Because they definitely messed that up.
Yes, right. Yeah, that'll be cool. I mean, I've already got one, but I'm hoping to get one with good IVs, because I've got a Melton with good IVs, and I've got a Shiny Melton. I just want to get just keep powering through those every couple days and get a shiny with good IVs.
Let's see. I have one Shiny Melton. His IVs are 13, 12, 7, it looks like. But
yeah, I think it's probably about where mine's at. Yeah.
Yeah.
I do like that we've got new avatar items, by the way. My favorite one is named the Mel Metal Jacket.
The Mel Metal Jacket. I've looked at the Mel Metal Jacket. Let's see.
Do you have to be a Mel Metal alchemist to get the Mel Metal Jacket?
Oh man, that is an amazing anime.
Yes, it is. From what I hear,
I was looking at the unlock at level 50. Interesting. There's 2 new jackets that unlock at level 50, but so the Mel Metal down vest and the Mel Metal jacket. Those look nice and fluffy and warm just in time.
Yeah, right, exactly, just what you need. Well, now that seasons are coming, spoiler alert, seasons are coming. We'll talk about that in a second too.
Seasons are definitely coming.
Yeah,
but yeah,
this is cool. This will be a cool event.
I am unsurprised about the seasons coming, but like you said, we'll talk about that in a minute. But yeah,
Mhm.
so get out, especially if these some of these Pokemon interest you. Get out and grab them before this event is over on the 23rd. So, but
Cool.
part of that, like you said, is the shiny Slowpoke, and we do
Mhm.
have some images here to show what the shiny Slowpoke
Oh,
family looks like. So you can take a look at that.
pulling that up myself. Yeah.
So
Oh, cool.
yeah, not a huge
Not
change on Slowpoke, but the rest of the family.
for sure. Slowbro, purple looks like Grimace with a shell on his butt.
I what what is kind of weird to me. So the shell
Hmm.
is from a shelter that has clamped on, and that is not the color of shiny shelter or shiny cloister. And
Or
so
the shape of his shell. Like that's a spiral shell as opposed to the clam shell that Shelter is.
yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
So um this isn't random trivia time, but Slow Bro, although in the game you can't actually do this, is one of the few Pokemon who actually states that it can de-evolve by
Oh.
the shelter on it uh, detaching.
Hmm.
But yeah, yeah. So it just seems weird for a lot of different, like you said, the shape, the color, it doesn't match. But
Hmm.
anyway, I do like the purple though of Slowbro. Slow King is okay.
Hmm.
I just
Yeah.
think he's different enough.
Hmm.
So, but yeah. So get out there and grab it. We don't have very many Gen 1 Pokemon with shinies left to put out.
Oh, really? Yeah, I would assume so. I'd assume that just about everybody from Gen 1 that can be shiny has been shiny.
Yeah, we went over the list maybe about 4 or 5 episodes back
Okay.
of all the different um, Pokemon that have the Gen 1 Pokemon that have not been released yet. And let's see if I can find it super quick. Um, just to just to see what they are. Which jet? There it is. So here's the list. It was Spearow, the Spearow family, Parasect family. We have Slowpoke now. Um, Hitmonlee, Hitmonchan, Goldeen, Ditto, Snorlax, and Mew.
Okay.
So that's it.
Hmm.
Even if you include the evolutions, that's what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 Gen 1 Pokemon that do not have shinies left.
That's a lot more than I would expect. Yeah.
And yeah, I honestly I have no idea what they're gonna do for the shiny Pokemon that they've only ever given us one of, like Mew and Celebi and stuff.
Hmm.
But I can almost guarantee that when Pokemon Sleep comes out is when we're gonna get the shiny Snorlax, because they already hinted at that in some of the artwork when they first announced Pokemon Sleep. So, and the other ones, who knows? I wouldn't mind getting Hitmonchan and Hitmonlee um, on, say, their namesake's birthdays.
Mm. Hmm. Oh, that'd be cool. Right? Yeah.
Because they're both named after very specific people.
Bruce Lee and Jackie Chan would be
Yeah,
great.
yep.
Yeah.
But
That'd be
yeah,
awesome. It'd be a great social media thing to do to well, have Jackie Chan holding up. Can't do it, Bruce Lee, but you can have Jackie Chan holding up a Pokemon Go with his um,
and,
with a Hitmonchan in there.
and Coach Kev is saying that Goldeen was already announced. There's been so many announcements this week, so perhaps I just missed it. We'll have to take a look at that. Unless you want to elaborate, Coach Kev, on when that's coming. But yeah,
Hmm.
so not very many left to do.
Hmm.
So this next one, we have an infographic for those that may forget, like Charles. I texted him this past week and reminded him that the Electabuzz Community Day was going on. Jacket K says Goldina's for the Lake Guardian event. Okay, so we'll talk about that in just a little bit. I must have missed that part of the announcement. So last week was Electabuzz. This weekend is going to be Magmar, the Magmar Community Day. Why don't you go ahead and give us some of the details surrounding that? We've got a nice little infographic here.
Absolutely. So it starts at 11 a.m., ends at 5 p.m. That's your local time. So same time for everybody, as always. It cuts your egg hatch distance down to a quarter, and incense lasts for 3 hours. If it lasts any longer than that, call a doctor. There is, of course, a shiny, and the shiny Magby is a little bit more orange, but then you start noticing it with the shiny Magmar and Magmortar. Both bright pink, and Magmortar kind of looks like Bozo the Clown, which will be nice. Pulling it up, making it a little bit bigger here. There is a new exclusive move, Thunderbolt, that Magmortar can learn if you hatch or if you evolve him during the 6-hour event, plus 2 hours afterwards. It's Thunderbolt, and I don't know if that's a very good one, but always good to at least have one.
So it's nice for coverage because, if you're going to be using Magmortar in PvP, people are going to throw water-type Pokemon at you. So then you can hit them back with something they're weak to.
With Lightning Bolt, and it's like, oh, crud, I wasn't expecting that. So that's cool. As always, there'll be a Community Day bundle available to purchase in the shop. And also something they've been doing a lot lately, a 99-cent ticket for special research. I've done a couple of those. And it's just fun to kind of have an additional set of tasks to complete while you're doing Community Day. I kind of dig it, It's you're already getting all the research tasks from the Pokestops when you're out and able to hit Pokestops. But if you're not, then this is a nice alternative to kind of give you stuff to do.
Yep. Wow. And at the bottom, it talks about those photo bombs. I always forget to take snapshots on Community Day. But yeah, you on Community Day, you can get up to 5 photo bombs from Magmar.
Cool.
So
I got the ones with Go last week. It wasn't, I think it was before Electabuzz, the one where it would give you a not a Sizor. Sizor? Scyther. I'm sorry, Scyther, yes. It would give you a Scyther if you got Go to or Ga. G-O-H to I know he's from the anime, I know he's from the cartoon, but if you got him to pop in and photobomb you, then you'd get a Scyther immediately spawning on your map.
I completely forgot to even do that as well. So I don't photobomb all that often, to be honest.
I do when I'm trying to get a buddy leveled, then I'll always do the bring him out, give them 3 candies, rub their head until they get happy, and then take a photo of them for the first time I pull them out during the day, just to get as many hearts as possible in one shot. And that's when I notice the photobomb stuff happening.
You and I, before the show, were talking about someone who pops up on the show, or he hasn't for a while now, but who occasionally pops up on the show, Rob Roberts. He just popped up on the show. He invited me to a Verizon raid. So,
are you going to do it? Are you going to do a Verizon raid?
I certainly am. I am doing it right now.
I just got invited to a Terrakion raid. Let's see if I can get a non-shiny this time, or if I can keep the shiny train going.
Go 3 for 3.
That'd be great.
So, but yeah. So this month, they're just announcing stuff all over the place.
Left and right,
exactly. But towards the end of the month, we are going to be getting some November limited research featuring Nidoran male and Nidoran female. So let's see. Let me link that in chat. So we don't have a ton of information here other than on the 28th, from 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. local time. That it's an event exclusive field research tasks. So it's a research day for Nidoran female and male, and both of them have the shinies available, so you could get them as well.
Should be cool. I
But
haven't
yeah,
gotten shinies of either of them, so that'll be nice. Yeah, this is something that they've been doing where you get a set of tasks that last like a whole day. You know, it's basically 8 in the morning, 10 p.m., and you can just keep catching. I think there's something like 26 pages of research tasks, and they did that with Meowth, and you know, you sometimes got rewarded with a cool Alolan Meowth or
the Galarian
Galarian
crazy
Meowth. Yes. Love that one. So it's kind of cool to see them doing these. These are great. They're really taking advantage of the fact that people are social distancing, maybe staying at home, and giving us a lot of stuff to do where we don't have to actually physically go out and do stuff, which is really cool.
Yes, especially since their track record on that has been shady recently. So,
Yeah.
yeah. So the community has expressed their issues with Niantic rolling back some of the niceties that have been in place with COVID. And we've talked about that, Charles and I, at length, so we don't need to rehash it more.
Right.
But
Right.
yeah. But what is nice, like you said, people are stuck at home. People can't get out as much. And one of the things with these remote raids is people have been asking for quite some time when we will get some of these regional raids coming back. And we are getting those. We talked about it. It was hinted at earlier from Coach Kevin and Jacket K with the Lake Guardian event. So
yeah, this is cool.
Uxie, Mesprit, and Azelf are coming back to raids for 1 week. And if you don't recall, those three are region exclusive. Let's see. I don't remember specifically which regions they're exclusive to, but regardless,
I know that Azelf is our region. That's the only one I know for sure because that's the one we get. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. But it has already been confirmed through trainer tips. His contacts at Niantic have specifically said these raids will not be region locked. So if you have international friends, you can join these raids and catch these regional Pokemon.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, that's going to be great.
Yeah, so...
Oh, not a shiny. Oh, well. The shiny streak is broken.
The streak is broken.
That's right.
Yeah, my Verizon was not shiny either, but I did catch it, so that's always a plus.
Oh, cool.
So this is Tuesday, November 24th from 1 p.m. Pacific time until Monday, November 30th, again 1 p.m. Pacific time for the Lake Trio. So make sure if you have international friends that you coordinate with them. I've already messaged some people in our Discord that we have internationally and said, hey, we need to make sure that we're using the chat room that we have set up specifically for PvP and raid coordination so that we can get as many of these as we can during this event.
Absolutely. Yeah.
But like Coach Kevin Jacket K said, Shiny Goldeen will be part of this event, and Pokemon commonly found near lakes will be popping up more often. So do you want to go ahead and talk about those Pokemon? And actually, there's a couple other types of Pokemon that are going to be popping up as well.
Yep, absolutely. So Pokemon found near lakes, Psyduck, Goldeen, Magikarp, Surskit, Starly, Bidoof, and Shellos will be attracted to incense, hatching from eggs and appearing more often in the wild. And then knowledge, emotion, and willpower. Pokemon like Abra, Machop, and Ralts will be attracted to incense as well, hatching from eggs and appearing more often in the wild. You'll get your Goldines from your 5K eggs as well, and that's another place you might get a shiny Goldine. And then if you're doing the AR mapping tasks, which I'm hit and miss on, I'm keeping one in my in my list only because I don't want to get another one, and also because I like this one. It's a statue called Foxy Hole, and so I like having a task in my list that says scan Foxy Hole. I don't know why. It's just a funny thing to say. Scan Foxy Hole. So anyway,
I have
you
done
will get some
exactly
new.
0 of those.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I had to try it out and see what it was like. One of them is a post office. And that's when I felt really weird about getting my phone and walking around it with my phone pointed at it. Because I felt like, this is probably it's going to raise an eyebrow.
You're going to go on a list somewhere.
Exactly. But then one was at a fountain and I did that one. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. Yeah. And I agree with, go ahead. Because I agree with
Civilian on Base has a great suggestion. They need to give Pokecoins for the AR map quests. As we are doing work for Niantic, they should pay someone for it.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. Popeye says I scanned the floor of my car.
Did you find any French fries down there, Popeye?
But yeah, the rewards just haven't been sufficient enough for me to be like, okay, let me go through this hassle.
Get out, slowly walk around, holding up the video. Yeah, no, it's kind of a pain in the butt.
So Rock Eddie was curious if that actually worked, but apparently, yeah, scanning the floor of your car
really
it does work. I'm mildly surprised that they don't. Well, I'm not. I am, and I'm not. That they don't have some kind of photo recognition, but I mean, color change. Just even the time of day can make it look vastly different to a computer. So, like I said, I both am and am not surprised that they don't have some kind of recognition. But yeah. So there is that. And then I think we're going to go ahead and skip this one. But if you want to see it, Niantic put out a little blurb about how to prepare for some of these Pokemon Go city spotlights. Where they're going to these various cities to have these events. These are taking place this weekend. But yeah, none of them are
not near me.
Yeah. So, yeah, they put out some blurbs about how to prepare for it, and yeah, so you can go take a look at that at your leisure. Now on to the big announcements. These all came out yesterday. Basically, the theme is Go Beyond. And so let's go ahead and start with this. We've hinted at it, but they are going to be incorporating the seasons into the game. And how they're going to be doing that is based off of northern and southern hemispheres. And so we're just going to be rotating around between winter, spring, summer, and autumn. And so we will start off with the northern hemisphere being winter. And so Pokemon associated with winter will be popping up more often. And the southern hemisphere will be associated with summer. So, and for winter, they actually didn't give any specific examples of Pokemon, but I mean, it's not too hard to think, oh, ice Pokemon are going to be popping up.
Exactly. Yeah.
But then for summer, they actually do give a couple of examples, Burmy and Darumaka for summer, which is interesting because Galarian Darumaka is actually an ice Pokemon. So
Oh, really? Okay.
He would fit for either one. Or, for instance, Vulpix. Vulpix has a fire and an ice form between its Kanto and Alolan forms. But yeah, so the Pokemon, they do say that you might notice other differences in the Pokemon you can find in the wild too. I think that is probably a hint at Deerling. Actually, the next thing is specifically about Deerling. Um, so, depending on which version or which part of the world you're in, will depend on which form of Deerling will pop up. So we've already had, which Deerling did we have? Was it Autumn? Deerling popped up.
Oh, that's right. We'd probably be able to see in the
Yeah,
Pokedex, right? Okay.
yeah. It was the Autumn form of
The autumn
Deerling.
one.
Yeah,
Okay.
that popped up. Of what was that? That was about a month ago now.
Yeah.
Um,
Tina was so excited to see all the Bambis on the map. She was just really, really excited.
all the Bambis.
All the Bambis.
Whenever I think of Bambi, I think of that little spoof of The Rock. Have you seen that?
Oh yeah, no, I don't think I have.
All right,
That's funny.
you're gonna have to Google that now.
I
Um,
will and put it on my list
but
to check out after the show.
yes, Bambi and The Rock. Um, anyway, so yeah, and this is the first time I think, and we were talking about this a little bit beforehand, where they've split it north and southern hemisphere. They've done east and west, but I
Right.
think this is the first time they've done north and south. I mean, they've had regional Pokemon that are, of course, north and south, but I think this is the first time they've made this kind of shift. What do you think about? I honestly, I think it's neat. It's nice. It adds
Yeah.
some more flavor to the game.
So I live in an area where we get a lot of seasons, where seasons are very pronounced. So when it snows, here it's snowing in the game and the ground is all white and there are little snowflakes coming down. And when it's raining here, we get rain in the game and that sort of thing. So I don't think it's going to be tremendously different for me because then, when it's snowing, we get snow Pokemon. When it's raining, we get lily pad dude, whatever his name is.
Lotad.
Lotad, thank you. So I don't see that it's going to be tremendously different here, but I think in places where it's sunny and warm all the time, or you don't get snow, Southern California maybe, for example, getting some seasons there, the Southeast where you're at, getting some seasons there, I think is going to be really cool. But for Denver, I and other places, I don't think I'm going to notice a huge difference. Maybe I will. Maybe it's more. But right now, it seems like the stuff I've already got in game.
Well, and Jacket K brings up a very good point where a lot of the game is focused around the northern hemisphere because Niantic is based out of California. And so Australia, they're getting these spring events when they're on the other side of the world.
Oh, right.
And
Yes.
so they're actually going to get some Pokemon relevant to their current season.
The actual season they're in. Yeah, that's a very good point. That's cool. So yeah, it'll be cool. I mean, I'll be curious to see what new things I notice from it, but right now I don't think there's going to be a tremendous difference for me.
Yeah. And then a lot of the other announcements here are, well, the mega announcements are like, okay, yeah, we're going to have rotating megas. That doesn't surprise me.
Right.
It does look like they're going to make it so there's certain times where very specific megas, at least if I'm reading that wording correctly, where those Pokemon will not only mega evolve, but they'll even get another added boost to their CP and so their combat power altogether. So it'll be interesting to see how they do that. And then they didn't provide many details, but Go Battle League is expanding. Instead of 10 ranks, there will be 24 ranks.
Wow.
So yeah.
You'll be making your way up in that like you do in Hearthstone or games like that.
Yep. And then they also are saying that this is a season of celebration starting on December 1st is when the first season will begin. And that's when Kalos region Pokemon will start appearing in Pokemon Go.
Wow. It's huge. It's been such a long time since we've gotten a new generation of Pokemon appearing in the game. So now I have to make a new checklist. to to look for them.
Yeah, Civilian on Base is weighing in saying that the Mega System really just isn't that fun for Pokemon Go.
Mhm.
We've been Charles and I have been strong critics against the current Mega System, but
Mhm.
Niantic is constantly changing it here and there, so we'll have to wait and see what it Mega evolves into.
Yep. Yeah, it's pretty limited, and for it to be fun, they really need to add some more stuff to it.
Yes, yes, they do. And so during this season that they stated, trainers will be able to participate in a series of in-game events featuring Pokemon first discovered in different regions. So they've done this before, where they've gone through each region as part of an event. Some regions tend to have a much better representation, much more exciting. So we'll have to wait and see how this pans out. We don't have a ton of information. We'll just have to wait and see. I think we're going to go ahead and skip the dev insights, but they did provide a bunch of things from developers and questions and comments from them. You can read that on PokemonGoLive.com if you are interested in that. But because we are already running pretty late, we'll skip it.
Mm-hmm. Yep, makes sense.
And then we have another event with 12 Days of Friendship, announced yesterday, started yesterday. Uh, they gave us so much warning on
I
that.
know exactly. Yes.
Oh man! But why don't you go ahead and tell us some about this?
Yeah. So hey, you can open a bunch of gifts now, a bunch more gifts. So friendship levels increase faster than normal through opening gifts, trading Pokemon, or battling together in raids, gyms, or trainer battles. You receive an attack boost when you battle in raids with friends. So that's cool, whether it's remote or in person, which is awesome. You get increased XP from completing raids, which is important for another thing that we'll talk about. And you can open 45 gifts a day now, which is huge.
45, which means you need to be sending gifts, or
You need
else
to be
people,
sending gifts, yeah.
or else people won't have gifts to open.
Right. Yeah,
Uh,
get out your best buddy and let him run around and bring gifts back to you while you send out
I'm still miffed that they nerfed how many gifts he can bring back. He can only bring back a couple of gifts a day.
yeah. Oh, is it only 2 a day now?
Two or three, I think,
Oh,
is
that's
where it's
lame.
capped out, they don't. He only brings gifts when you basically have no gifts.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's one of the things that people are not happy about.
Yeah, that is a
But
bad nerf. Um,
um,
in addition, you get twice the XP from catching Pokemon from now until December 31st at midnight. So from now until the end of the year. And if you reach level 40 before the end of the year, you get neat rewards like the Legacy 40 medal and timed research that awards the exclusive Gyarados. I'm sorry, the exclusive Gyarados hat avatar item. Sorry, there was a little bit of a pause there. A Gyarados hat avatar item to go with your Magikarp hat. You know, you can have your evolved version of it.
and Jacket K wants us to send out a warning to people. So with this update, it means that the level of your Pokemon can increase.
Oh yeah,
Granted, it states in here, if I'm not mistaken, you need XL candy to power up your Pokemon
that's
further.
right. Yes. Yep.
Where is that? I know I saw that somewhere. Where was that? Am I looking at
I
the
think
wrong thing
that's
now?
in. No, we haven't talked about the level 50 yet
Oh,
stuff, and I
okay.
think it's in there. Yep.
I skipped that one.
We were saving that for last, I think. So.
Yeah, so you need XL candy to level up your Pokemon beyond level 40. But the warning that Jacket K wanted us to cover is specifically that um, if you participate in Sylph Road tournaments, currently you are not allowed to use any Pokemon that are past level 40. So keep that in mind if you plan on participating in Silph Road tournaments. Then, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And Rock Eddie is saying that he sent us stuff on about the level 50 items. So I'm going to go ahead and hide my screen and take a look on mobile to see some of those details there. Let's see. So Rock Eddie has sent us a lot of stuff. You are exactly right. He kept saying, all right, so level 40 is currently being tested in Australia, which we said before.
Mm-hmm.
So not only Silph Road tournaments, but currently Pokemon that are higher. If their CP is higher than the previous maximum, you won't be able to use them in trainer battles. So they didn't actually say level; they said CP. So if their IVs are low enough, maybe you can skirt under. But anyway, you can still use them in gyms and in raids. There's some technical stuff about how much it's going to cost to power stuff up, which is insane. So level 41, it takes 10,000 Stardust, and then and then it jumps up all the way up to 15,000 Stardust at the top end of stuff. Yeah. So
better only evolve those ones you really, really like, or power up those ones you really like.
Yeah.
Like the raid viable, and yeah.
So this stuff's going to be pretty expensive. So it's got a list of the different requirements. So with the level cap increasing, it's not just going to require experience. There's some places that I've seen that are falsely saying it doesn't require experience. No, it still requires experience, but in addition to the experience, there are other things that you have to accomplish. And this one, let's see, it has the XP requirements and it has the level up rewards, but I don't see the extra.
The extra tasks.
Yeah.
No, it's on this one that's level 46. So you have to complete 100 field research tasks, take a snapshot of a Pokemon 7 days in a row, make 50 excellent throws, and hatch 30 eggs. And that's the example they show for level 46.
Yeah. Did you see the experience required for level 50?
I did. 17 billion, is it? Yeah.
176 million.
Oh, that's what it is. 176 million. That's it. Yep. There's no commas in the one I'm looking at.
So to put that into perspective, to get to level 40 requires 20 million.
Mm-hmm.
So you need an additional 156 million experience to get to level 50. Now, there are definitely players that have that, but yeah. Okay.
Not even taking the extra research tasks into account right now, my XP would put me almost to level 43. I'm currently at 40,915,000 XP, which puts me over level 42, but not quite where I need to be for level 43.
See,
but
I
of
have
course,
almost 43 million. So let's see. Let's go back to that
Yeah.
chart.
So you'd be level 43 once you complete the tasks for levels 41, 42, and 43.
Wow. All right. Now we're going to have to take bets on when Charles is going to reach level 50. And then Rock Eddie also gave us an infographic. They last week, I believe, or the week before, I think it was last week, they were testing out the trade range increase. They're trying that out again, but with even more distance. So they've quadrupled the distance on it. So it can go almost 25 miles now that you can trade with people remotely.
Oh yeah, okay. Notice that they changed that over this last weekend, and then it ended at 10 a.m. before a friend of mine and I had a chance to try it out and trade our lucky Giratinas or our shiny Giratinas to see if we could reroll better stats.
There you go. Well, you can try it again now with even more range.
Even better. Yep.
So, but yeah, a lot of these they don't seem too bad considering the grind of experience that you've got to do anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So, I'm trying to remember who in chat was saying that they thought it was too crazy. The was it learning XP? I don't know. Anyway,
I don't know, like 50 excellent throws, and there's something about, I know one person was saying there was one where you had to get 5 platinum gems or something. I mean, there are some tasks in here that are either being speculated on or have been data mined that look like they're going to be monsters.
But I think for the average player, the experience is going to be what takes them the longest, to be honest.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we'll just have to wait and see how it goes. But yeah, like we said before, this level redesign is being tested in Australia, and we'll have to wait and see what the fallout from that is.
Mm-hmm.
So, Jacket K provides very good insight here. I don't mind the challenge. I just hate the fact that we're going to have to rush through them to stay competitive. So that's a very good point. You know, I don't PvP much, so it's not going to make a huge difference to me. But for those that PvP a lot, especially in the higher leagues that aren't CP gated, this could be an issue. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see how the fallout happens from there. But yeah, a lot of good stuff.
That's cool. It'll be interesting to see. Yeah. And you know what? I enjoy the journey as well. So I'm not miffed that it comes with tasks and isn't just like all right, well, you know, all the playing you've been doing, guess you're already level 43, enjoy it. It's like, all right, I still have to do a little work to earn it like I did levels 1 through 40. So I'm all right with that.
Yeah. Well, and they could, I wonder if Niantic will do this, but they could do what the main series games have done for a long time, which is there is a mode that actually puts your Pokemon, temporarily removes levels from your Pokemon to even out everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of the PvP stuff happens at level 50 instead of level 100, which is the cap for Pokemon. So they could do that in Pokemon Go, where if you raise your Pokemon above level 40, it brings you back down to level 40 when you're doing PvP.
Okay. All right.
So, just a thought. Possibility.
Yeah.
And that would help alleviate some of the concern with people like Jacket K who really like to do PvP. That way it's not a completely unbalanced between who's done enough grinding to get there. So.
Yeah, right.
But yeah,
cool. Ooh, that's a lot of stuff. That was a lot of.
It's a lot to digest.
What a week for Charles to be gone. I get to be here for the breaking news of all this fun new stuff with Go Beyond. Ha!
And you know what? I forgot to mention earlier. He actually called me earlier and was like, "This was my experience this week," and I forgot to even mention it.
Oh no!
Basically, he was a little miffed that he missed out on some raids because I didn't see texts because you guys didn't have enough people to
He was miffed at you because you didn't see the text so that he could raid. We had enough.
And then when we did have enough people, he wasn't available.
Right, exactly. So. Interesting how the shoe is on the other foot.
Yep. So
funny.
But oh man. Do you know what time it is?
Cool. What time is it?
It is time for random trivia. We're going to keep it nice and brief. I'm going to talk about Lit Leo. It is a Generation 7 Pokemon from Kalos. So it is one of the listed Pokemon that is supposedly coming when Kalos releases in December. Litleo is the lion cub Pokemon. It evolves into Pyroar, the royal Pokemon. They are fire normal type Pokemon. Litleo is adorable.
Yes.
And Pyroar actually has two different um, looks based on whether you have a female or a male Pyroar.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
So that's pretty neat. Litleo, its Pokedex entry says that the stronger the opponent it faces, the more heat surges from its mane and the more power flows through its body. So it gets all hyped up on battle and tries to rise to the challenge. Pyroar, the Pokemon X Pokedex entry, says that the male with the largest mane of fire is the leader of the Pride, whereas the Pokemon Y Pokedex entry says that its fiery breath can be more than 10,000 degrees Fahrenheit.
Wow.
So, yeah. So there's that.
Jeez.
So Litleo, the name comes from, lit from little, and Leo, which is Latin for lion. And there are no other Pokemon that have the same type combination, so it's fire normal.
Fire normal,
yeah.
yeah.
It's a little weird that it's not just fire.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, fire normal. And when I was playing Pokemon X, Pokemon Y, I really liked my Pyroar.
Is Litleo one of the starters for that gen?
It is not.
Or he's not? Okay.
No, yeah, it is not one of the starters, but he is pretty awesome.
Cool.
And then Pyroar, the name comes from pyre and roar. So a pyre, a fire.
Right. Pyromaniac. Yeah.
Yep.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And then, interestingly enough, no other Pokemon has the same gender ratio as Pyroar. So if there's actually, so the gender ratios don't really exist in Pokemon Go, but in the main series games, only 12.5% of Pyroars are male, and 87.5% are female. And I didn't realize that until just now, and I had a male Pyroar, so I guess that's semi-rare.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Very much. Interesting. Did they do that with oh, and I'm blanking. Gardena, not Gardena. Gardevoir. Like it seemed like the male to female ratio of the ones you catch that evolve into Gardevoir. And I'm trying to
Ralts.
There we go. Ralts, thank you. Like you'd get like Ralts were it was more common to get a male Ralts than it was a female Ralts.
Ralts is 50-50 actually.
Oh, it is 50-50. Okay. All right. Well, then maybe, yeah.
Yeah.
So it'll be interesting then to check the rarity. What about the honeybee one? The Combee, yes. I got it just as you were saying it.
Combee is
that also 50-50?
Nope, it's flipped from Pyroar.
Okay.
So it's
rare the other direction.
Yeah, one female for every 7 males.
Gotcha. Okay.
So
interesting. All right.
Yeah. So yeah. Thank you for coming. This has been an excellent show. You can reach out to us, show@PokemonGoPodcast.com to email us. You can get in a speak pipe. You still have time to get in a Thanksgiving speak pipe because if you recall, we are doing a special Thanksgiving episode. We are not actually recording, but we are taking speak pipes, and that will comprise the show for next week. So if you want to pop in and not have it just be a Jacket K show, then hop over to PokemonGoPodcast.com, click on the Speak Pipe button, and go ahead and leave us a voicemail. If you want to submit your own items for discussion, you can go to reddit.com/r/PokemonGoPodcast to submit there. We also do a weekly discussion point, though we're not going to do one this week simply because we want your speak pipes instead. You can find us on Facebook.com/Pokemon Go Podcast. Twitter is Twitter.com/Pokemon Go Pod. We are live every Thursday night, although not next week, every Thursday night except next week at 8 p.m. Eastern, twitch.tv/Pokemon GO Podcast. You can find Charles at Rock God of Pod, and you can harass him for not being here, although he is on an ambulance, so I mean, he's got a pretty good excuse.
Hopefully in the front seat.
Yep. Where can they find you?
They can find me at Coverville on Twitter and Facebook and all those places. I always snag the Coverville avatar, so find me there. Anywhere.
There you go. You can find me on Twitter at Joseph_Ard. And until next year when Brian comes back on, what are you gonna leave him with?
Oh geez, I was gonna throw it out to you and say be here next week when Joe eats a turkey leg. Be here next time that Brian eventually makes it back onto the show to hear him say, wow, I really didn't realize how tough some of these research tasks to get to level 41 would be.
All right. Have a wonderful